Welp, I'm back. Um, yeah, I know I haven't been posting for like a couple days. I don't know. I don't have a set up schedule, so boom, take that. I don't know. I just haven't been posting for a couple days because a lot of stuff's been going on. A lot of stuff in my personal life kind of unfolded and turned for the worse for me, I guess. But whatever. Um, yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking about what topics to bring up, and I think I'm gonna talk about my, I don't know, probably one of my paintball stories. I was, so I was playing paintball. It was a pretty slow day. There was really nobody there. Um, but there was like a couple of regulars who go there, and we've been playing for a while. Then this new family rolled up, um, and they were all Mexican. There was an all Mexican family. They rolled up, and they very first time ever playing, and they could barely speak English, but they like got enough to get all their stuff, and they ran out there, and we were all playing around, and I was on their team, and so the teams were even. So I was on their team, and we were playing Capture the Hill, which is both sides start on one side, or both teams start on one side, and you run and take the hill, basically, and you have to hold the hill for 5 minutes. Um, Unlimited respawns. But, so we were playing that, and we all get up to the hill, and we start holding the hill, right, and we're shooting people, pulling up, and we're getting to like the 3 minute mark, and I hear one guy yell, "Grenade, grenade," right? He's just screaming. And I'm looking around for it, and I see it, and I'm running backwards, right, getting away from it. And one of the guys on my team, he literally drops his gun, and he's like getting in a ready stance, ready for the grenade to come in, and he literally volleys it out of the air. Like, he kicked it out of the air and sent it back to the guy who threw it. And I've never seen anybody do anything like that, because the grenades, they are actually deadly. Like, they don't shoot shrapnel or anything, but I've seen people lose fingers because of these. Like, they'll hold them for too long, and they're not wearing any gloves, and they'll hold them for too long, and they'll blow up in their hand or whatever. Or I've seen a guy, he dropped on a grenade, like, because he dropped it, and so he dropped on it, and it blew up, and he kind of completely scorched his front torso part of his jacket, and he had minor burns on him, because that they actually blow up, right? They don't, it's not a joke, they blow up. And I've seen people lose fingers, and I've seen people get burns from them. And this guy, he just coolly kicks it back to the person who threw it. The person who threw it got out because he kicked it right back to him. And then he, like nothing happened, he kicked it, went over, grabbed his gun, and went back to shooting. I was like, holy crap. Like, I don't think I've ever seen somebody with that much balls. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. But this podcast obviously is titled "Mexicans Are Savage," and that's not my first. That's my first story part. So we were. I went to a party at my uncle's house. It was my cousin's birthday party, and we went to the party. And I am Mexican. Okay, half Mexican. I have a lot of ethnicities. I think German, Native American, English, Spanish, Irish, Scottish. I have a bunch of issues. um, but yeah, I'm mainly Mexican. But I was at my cousin's birthday party, and so one of the kids, one of my other cousins, there were like 30 cousins, were all boys stuck in one room together. Like they put us all in like a living room sized room. So yeah, obviously things are gonna escalate, but one of the kids, he yelled at me and he's like, "You're not a part of this family," right? And he was calling me like super white, and because I do have whiter skin. But sorry, I don't know if you can hear my dog in the background. But so I do have lighter skin. I do look white. Like I have to tell people that I'm Mexican. Nobody really guesses it. But so um, I was getting yelled at, and I start yelling back at him, and it kind of escalates like that until we're in each other's face and we're yelling at each other. And finally, he pushed me away, and I reflex tackled him to the ground. And my cousin Frankie, him and I are like brothers, and so he was backing me up the entire time. And he tackled the guy's older brother, and Frankie's younger than me, but not by much. He's like younger than me by like, I don't know, 6 months maybe. But anyway, so he starts backing me up by tackling the other brother, and me and the one kid are on the ground wrestling, and I get on top of him and he's on his back, and I have his left arm kind of pinned behind him, and I'm like lifting it up, right? And he turns around and he throws an elbow and hits me in the side of the head, and I go down because I got hit like right in the temple, and so the other kid that Frankie was fighting, Frankie punched him right in the nose and he kind of dropped, and then he turned over to me and watched me get hit in the side of the head. Then he literally drop kicked the kid who hit me, and so he drop kicked him like right in the stomach, and then he got tackled by the older brother again, and so then all the cousins kind of split into their groups, into like who's closest with who. Like the cousins who were closest with me and Frankie were on our side, obviously, and then the cousins who were closest with the two brothers were on the other side. And so we all got into that type of group fight. Okay, I had to walk away for something, so I forgot where I was. But anyways, so we kind of split up into our groups, and we had to fight kind of like that. And it turned into an all-out brawl where we'd pick some dude and we'd pop him down, then we'd pick another guy, pop him down, right? And so we were all fighting multiple people, and it was, I think 6 or 7 of us, including me and Frankie. So there were only five kids who like sided on our side, and out of like the 30 kids, so there were like 20-ish left. And so we were all fighting, and we were so outnumbered, but we held our ground, and it was dope. Cause that's the language I use. Yeah, sorry for that enunciation. That was terrible. My every 5 words. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, so we're all sitting there, we're fighting, and it wasn't until one kid got picked up and like dropped on the ground that everybody kind of was like, "Oh crap," right? We were throwing weakish punches, right? Because we didn't want to hurt each other because we were all family. But it wasn't until some kid got thrown to the ground that we're like, "Oh, okay." And so we all started laying like hard into each other, haymakers after haymakers. And kids were getting knocked out. Like, not even kidding. Kids were getting knocked out. And one of the parents, he comes walking in and he's like, "What the hell is going on here?" And everybody kind of like freaks out, and we're all kind of trying to split up, but some kids are still punching each other. And he literally runs through and he's slapping kids, right? It's like all back and forth, just literally he ran through that entire room with both arms just swinging away. And we all kind of backed up, right? Luckily I didn't get hit. I kind of backed away fast enough, and he kind of wasn't aiming for kids. He was really just swinging around. But yeah, so one of the parents started running and he's swinging, throwing hands, and so me and Frankie and the other, I think 5-ish kids started lining up with us, and we all walk back and we go sit on the couch and start playing Xbox. And all 20-ish kids on the other side they like all throw us evil looks, and we're flipping them off, right? Everybody's doing like nasty sign language, hand gestures, and all that. And it was not pretty, but I guess I don't know. We kind of won because we're the ones who got to stay in the room, I guess. But I don't know. That's my crazy family fight story, I guess, and my all Mexicans are savage. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's fun being in that type of situation, but it's not fun at the same time. Because if you're getting your ass beat, it's not fun. But if you're beating somebody's ass, it's fun. Yeah, I don't know. It could go both ways. But yeah. Oh, and another example. There's this video. I think it's an old video, but it was on like a Vine video, I think. And it said it was like Mexican kids are relentless or whatever. And this little boy, he's freaking jumping on this carnival ride, and he's like literally unbuckled, right? It's spinning around, and he's literally jumping on it. Like it was dope. That's kind of what triggered this entire conversation or entire story-ish. So I was like, hey, like for real though, Mexicans are relentless or whatever. So yeah, thanks for listening. I'm not being racist or all, like I'm not trying to be racist. I am Mexican, so I guess I kind of can say this stuff. But I don't know, it's not like, oh, I'm Mexican, so I have the right to say that. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying that it's a natural, known thing that that Mexicans are freaking savage. So, yeah, like and subscribe if you liked, and you want to subscribe, because America. And yeah, adios, amigos.